Chad who? Dawson lacks discipline and focus. He's also putting too much pressure on himself by making these stupid comments like, I will knock Bernard Hopkins out. What the fuck is this? Is he trying to play mind games with the god? It's just pure nonsense. Look, when things are not going his way, he's got lapses of concentration. We all remember Adamek fight, and when his game plan's not working, it's taking him too much time to adapt, like in the Pascal fight, while Bishop's adapting so quick, you can't even think about your plan A. You got instant answers. As for Dawson's technique, yes, he's highly skilled, but his skills are visible when he doesn't have to follow you around the ring, when his favorite distance is established. Johnson, Tarva and 2007 version of Adamek are technically advanced, yet it's easy for Dawson to establish the distance against them. They are fighting at predictable pace. It's different with Bernard, who's the master of controlling the distance and pace of the fight. There are many ways for Hopkins to win this bout. Two main options are smothering Dawson, who's not an inside fighter, or staying outside his range and forcing him to lead, to make him miss and counter him. Hopkins can also mix these ingredients, lead with the left hook or with the cross and jump inside, clinch, throw short right hands or a couple of body shots, clinch again, wait for the referee to go between them, stay on the outside, wait for Dawson's attack and counter him, you know, regulating the tempo, slowing down to confuse Chad with feints and sudden aggression, things like that. Bernard's so fluent in going from defense to offense. Remember Bishop against Magic Man and Winky? I do great with southpaws. I know all I have to do is neutralize the jab and work with everything else. Bernard Hopkins said it. Dawson's just another southpaw waiting to be executed. The X is also coming back to the mental factor. He recently said that it's mental with Chad, and it will be mental. Mental, tactical and technical. Emmanuel Stewart? I used to be a believer, but James Toney opened my eyes. Stewart is a sellout. He's not a man anymore, he's Klitschko's puppet, and fight against Toney is the real challenge for Bernard. Forget Dawson. I gotta say, thanks Habib, thanks for bringing to the table these old school words. Cerebral assassin. What a tribute for Hopkins. For a long time I used to go to bed early. Sometimes when I had to put out my candle, my eyes would close so quickly that I had not even time to say, I'm going to sleep. And half an hour later, the thought that it was time to go to sleep would awaken me. I would try to put away the book which I imagined was still in my hands and to blow out the light. I had been thinking all the time while I was asleep of what I had just been reading, but my thoughts had run into a channel of their own until I myself seemed actually to have become the subject of my book. A church, a quartet, the rivalry between Francois I and Charles V. This impression would persist for some moments after I was awake. I did not disturb my mind, but it lay like scales upon my eyes and prevented them from registering the fact that the candle was no longer burning. Then it would begin to seem unintelligible, as the thoughts of a former existence must be to a reincarnate spirit. The subject of my book would separate itself from me, leaving me free to choose whether I would form part of it or no. And at the same time my sight would return and I would be astonished to find myself in a state of darkness, pleasant and restful enough for the eyes. And even more, perhaps for my mind, to which it appeared incomprehensible, without a cause, a meta-dark indeed. I am paranoid? Who the fuck are you talking to, you fucking clown?